So the first thing that I want you to do is write down, we're going to write down a series of questions. And these are questions to yourself. You're asking yourself, and you're also responding to these questions. And it's important that you write all of this down. So the first question that you're going to want to ask yourself, and write out the questions also. Write out the questions and the answers. It's very important. The first question that you are going to want to ask yourself is, how did you view romantic relationships in the past, and has that changed? The next question, if that has changed, if how you viewed romantic relationships in the past changed, how do you look at romantic relationships now? And is there a commonality to how you view romantic relationships now and in the past? The next question, how do you view your romantic life in the future? How do you view your romantic life in the future? So what do you perceive that your romantic love life will be like in the future, or relationships? The next question, how does others view your romantic life? How does others review your romantic life or your romantic relationship? Or if you've had you're not in a romantic relationship now, your romantic relationships in the past. And last, how do you view the romantic lives of those who are closest to you? Again, how do you view the romantic life of those who are closest to you? Now, as you write this, you're going to have to pause in between questions and write it out. That is very important. Okay, next, what you're going to want to do is go back and read what you wrote down. And write down on a blank sheet of paper. You're going to get a new sheet of paper. Write down on a blank sheet of paper all of the beliefs that you have when it comes to romantic relationships. So we just want to write, I want you to at least write 20. And then if you have more, write down more. But I want you to at least write 20 beliefs that you have when it comes to romantic relationships. Next, I want you to find an object in the room you're in and stare at it. Try not to blink. Stare at that same object at least for a minute and try not to blink. If you can do it longer, that's better. It's even better if you can do it longer. But stare at that object. And for at least a minute. The next thing that you're going to want to do is ask yourself, what are my core beliefs when it comes to romantic relationships? So when we're talking about the core beliefs, we're talking about the subconscious mind. So this is what we're talking about. And the reason why we did the exercise by staring at something in the room was so that we can open the door of the subconscious mind. It helps us to open that door. And so this is what we're working with right now. And so if you're outside, you can do this outside. You can stare at something outside. Sometimes people will gaze at the sun. You don't look directly at the sun, but you're looking towards the sun. And you can look at that and stare at it. Your eyes may burn a little, or they may water while you're staring. That is okay. They get used to that. As you do that more and more, it gets used to that. If you did this practice more, then your eyes get used to it and you're able to stare longer and things like that. But that's a different topic anyway. But the reason why we're doing that is because it helps to open the door of the subconscious mind. And so again, you want to, after that exercise, ask yourself, what are your core beliefs when it comes to relationships? So we're asking our subconscious mind that. Now that we've opened a door to our subconscious mind, we're asking our subconscious mind these questions. And after you ask yourself, whatever comes up, you're going to write down whatever comes up. It can be silly, whatever comes to your mind, you want to write that down on a separate piece of paper. You want to write everything down on that paper that comes up. And I want you again to write at least 20 things, at least 20 things that come up, 20 beliefs that come up. If you can write more, write more. After you wrote all of your beliefs and done that practice, what I want you to do is circle all of the ones that you feel serve you, that will be good for a romantic relationship. I want you to circle all of them. And the ones that you think would not serve you, I do not want you to circle those. So just leave those how they are. After you have circled all of the ones that serve you, I want you, the ones that you did not circle, I want you to take a blank piece of paper and I want you to write all of them on that paper. And once you are finished writing those on that paper, what I want you to do is on another sheet of paper, write all of the reasons why those things would not serve you or be good or healthy in a romantic relationship. And this is on a separate sheet of paper. And this process is called the reframing process. So it's getting our subconscious mind to start reframing those beliefs that does not serve us anymore. And so we're wanting to do that. The next thing that we'll do is you'll take the paper that has all of the beliefs that does not serve you, and you're going to want to take that somewhere outside of where you work, you live, somewhere that you do not frequent. You're going to bring some tools with you as far as digging tools, and you will bury that in the ground. And while you are burying that, you want to remember, and you can write it down, I am transmuting these things that no longer serve me, these beliefs that no longer serve me, to serve the better good. They are being transmuted right now to serve the better good. They no longer have an effect on my life. And this is what you'll say when you're burying those beliefs. And so when you're finished with that, you'll come home. And when you come home, you're going to want to prepare a bath. In that bath, you are going to put sea salt, any sea salt. It could be Himalayan, Celtic, it could be Morton's. They sell Morton's sea salt right in the grocery store for very cheap. You're going to want to put sea salt in the water. And the reason why we'll put sea salt in the water and preparing the bath is because sea salt is clearing. Sea salt is a representation of blessings. A lot of the blessed water, our sea salt is put in that in many traditions. And so we're going to put the sea salt in the water. We are also going to put honey in the water. And honey is a representation of the sweetness of life and blessings. And so you're going to prepare a bath with those two items in it. And when you get into the bath, you're going to either submerge yourself in the water, or you're going to put the water over you continually. And when you do that, you'll be saying that you are laying dead to those things that no longer serve your romantic relationship, and you are taking in and receiving blessings into your relationship, your romantic relationship. And so you'll do that continually several times. And when you get out of the bathtub, try to have white. If you have something white or close to white, try to put on something white. And try not to rinse off. Do not rinse off the salt water and the honey. Do not rinse it off, but you will wear the white if it's at night, preferably before you go to bed, if possible. If not, you just wear the white. And the white is in representation of purity, and that we're starting from a clean slate in our relationship. All of these things are symbolic. The subconscious mind thinks in symbolism. And that is why we're doing so many activities that has symbolic meanings to them, because it helps to reprogram the subconscious mind for what it is that we want to achieve at that moment. And so the bath, everything is symbolic. The next thing that I want you to do, and you can do this before, you may have to purchase this, a white candle. You want a white candle. And after all of this, you want to light a white candle. This is going to be what I call an anchor. And an anchor, what an anchor is it reminds your subconscious mind of what it is that we're trying to achieve. What is it that we're achieving? And what we're achieving is that all of those things that no longer serve us, those beliefs that no longer serve us, are being transmuted for the better good, and they're no longer a part of our life. So when we burn that candle, I would prefer if it's at least a 7-day candle. So those tall, slender candles, you can get them at Walmart. You can get them at a lot of different places. The dollar store, they sell them everywhere. But we want a white candle. And if you burn that, you want to find somewhere that you can burn it continuously. If you can't burn it continuously, every time you come into the house, light it and burn it, because it's symbolic of the transformation that is done. And when the candle goes out, you know that the full transformation has happened. That's confirmation that full transformation has happened. So I'm interested to know what happens after you do all of these exercises. Please contact me. Contact me at drSimonaMonet.com. If you go down to the contact section, you can put in your comment. You can also call me. Feel free to call me, and I promise I will get back with you. You can also schedule an appointment if you want some individual work. If you want me to look into you individually, because we're doing this group session, but there may be things that I can look at individually that you may be having challenges with, and you'll get that personalized assessment, and that you will get the personalized care that you need so that you are able to move forward in your life. And so please, again, drSimonaMonet.com, reach out to me, and I'll be happy to reach back out to you, and we can start our journey to a better life. I thank you so much for watching this video. And I just wish peace and blessings to you. And everything, I wish the best for your romantic relationships. And I hope that this has been beneficial to you. I know that this has been beneficial to you. And I would love to hear from you. Thank you and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.